Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Original Starcraft. The last time we left off, we had escaped the planet Tarsonis and gone to the planet Char, mainly to protect the Chrysalis, I guess, or just to, regroup and think about what to do next. It wasn't really too clear. So now we have a new mission, the New Dominion. With the Protoss forces beaten and scattered, the Overmind has withdrawn the swarms to the remote ash world of Char. Primary hive cluster, planet Char.
Behold the power of that which is yet unborn, for the swirling images that flow forth from the Chrysalis are only a shadow of the Sleeper's true power.
The psionic emanations of the Chrysalis have reached out into the depths of space and lured our enemies to us. Even now, we are aware of their plans.
All squadrons close formation. Scan for hostiles. Emperor Arcturus believes that there's Zerg out here, so it's our job to flush them out. I don't want any slip-ups this time. We'll show these critters that they can't run from the Terran Dominion.
Engage the Terran forces with care. Your priority is to protect the Chrysalis at all costs.
Alright, so Mank sent out some forces to attack the Zerg. That may have been a bit foolhardy, but that's okay. They will have tanks in this mission, if I remember correctly. There is... I want to be careful with this, because I believe there's some things protecting. There is a little bit of a base up here, but there's some guys there. One of the things you can do to have fun with the AI is just make them stim themselves way too much. So every time the Terran Marines stim, they lose 10 health, so you can have them do it a bunch of times, and they you run up there, get their attention, they stim pack. Be careful, because the Marines are pretty good at handling Hydralist, to be honest. So the Chrysalis is bigger now, and it actually has health, so it can be destroyed. If it does get destroyed, you lose the mission, so you want to avoid that at all costs. What we're going to do is not really worry too much about building units at first. We're just going to get some mineral gathering, and we're going to build some sunken colonies for protection. There are tanks in this mission, so the tanks are pretty good at handling Zerglings and Hydralists, especially from higher ground, which they will have in this mission. So that can be sort of a pain sometimes. We want to go ahead and build a sunken colony now, and we're going to build it around the Chrysalis, like maybe one here and one here, and then expand up a little bit. First one's going to go right here. Just to make extra sure that if an attack comes, we want to make sure this is pretty well defended. Yeah, there's really not much you can do. Each mission always kind of starts off slow like this while you build up your base. And in retrospect, I loved this game when I was a kid, but it actually is a little bit repetitive. So we're going to build one here too, just to be super safe.
We require more minerals.
Yes, I know. Should be enough defense for the moment. Save it 50 for that. We'll focus a little bit, spend a little bit more time getting our mineral growth higher. And then after that, we'll be able to build some units and go take over a second base up here. But we're gonna have to give it a second or two. Really need another hatchery. We're also going to need to build an overlord. I think the next one, the next larva that comes out, we're going to make it. Because we don't want to have that overlord message if we can avoid it. Oh crap. Let's go ahead and make this. And then after that, I think we're going to save it for a hatchery a little bit. We're going to build it wherever we can build it as close to this as possible. Just that when we do start mining Vespene gas, we can get it a little bit faster. That's perfectly fine there. We're just going to save for the next hatchery. We're not going to build another unit until we get that next hatchery going. Uh-oh. That's okay, I'm not too worried about that. Here you go. Where can we build this hatchery? Right here. Very good. Build some more of these guys. I'm not really too worried about getting attacked here very much. I think that was just some of these guys from here decided. Why they only sent 2, I don't know. Oops. That was a little bit foolhardy, but okay. Start our Vespene going. I don't believe they have cloaked units this time, but I'm not sure. So the way I normally handle this base is because it's kind of a pain. If you go up straight this way, their base kind of goes like this in an L shape, and it's a raised platform, and they have a bunch of tanks there. And because it's a raised platform, there's a kind of a choke point, and you're at disadvantage when you're at the bottom of the choke point. The ground units don't do too well at it, so what I normally do is I build some Hydralisks and I upgrade my overlords here to be able to carry units and to move faster. And I do a drop up here, that way I can pretty much avoid the choke point. I want to start getting this as soon as possible. That way I can avoid the choke point and just sort of have an easier access to their base. Looks good. We're fine for now, but I should probably build up a little bit more defense here. Two Sunkens right here ought to be, if they do launch some sort of attack, ought to be sufficient. But we need to start thinking about getting our, first attack ready, which will primarily involve taking this over here. Because we want to get this Vespene geyser so that we can affordably make hydralisks. Or sorry, not hydralisk, ultralisks. Yeah, it just kind of takes a little while sometimes. Not much you can do about it. Need a few more Zerglings before we're really ready for this. Start upgrading our hydralisks as well. The hydralisks are a little, or the mutalisk, sorry. The mutalisk is a little expensive, so I don't really want to risk losing them because we are going to use those to help with our drop. Alright, you guys come over here.
Evolution complete.
Yeah, there's that one. We should just be about ready to take out this small force here. Oh man, that's a lot of fire bats. Alright, that didn't work out. I did not plan that appropriately. Or rather, they had an attack wave come through at the same time that I attacked, so that was very unfortunate. Fire bats are very effective against Zerglings. That splash damage they do is pretty good against the Zerglings. Since they only have 35 health and they're usually bunched up real close together.
Spawn more overlords.
Right. Let's get rid of this guy. It's annoying me.
Spawn more overlords.
Yes, yes. Alright, maybe we will use the mutalisks here because I want to make sure that this next attack succeeds. But we'll send him in last, I think. I just got kind of unlucky there. That worked out much better. There's no random fire bat attack prepared. Okay, destroy this guy. If that little neutral unit, like, it won't ever attack, but that neutral unit is like standing around when you're trying to do stuff. When you're trying to build a hatcher or something, you can't build it because it's in the way. Very good. Now we're going to build a couple of these evolution chambers so we can start upgrading our...
We require more minerals.
Too soon. So we can upgrade our ground units. How's this one doing? It's good. 75. That's it. You got it. I need to build some more drones to continue mining, because I kind of took a few away from it. We're going to need to build this up, so I'm going to start working at it. We'll save up for that, I guess, before we start researching attacks and stuff like that. Up a little farther now. Everything seems to be going alright. Nothing too much to fuss about. What we're going to do is we're going to build a few sunken colonies and maybe a spore colony. We'll put the sunken colonies right here so they can attack from height. That way they get that advantage. 50% of the attacks or what have you won't hit. We're going to build some more drones in anticipation of that.
You require more minerals.
Yes, I know. We're going to build some more drones in anticipation for that. Go up here and have you do that. Mine some minerals since we're having such a hard time with minerals at the moment. We want to wait a little bit for our... actually, I can build a spore colony right here. And that'll help the creep spread a little bit farther. Notice how the creep slowly goes out, like it doesn't instantly go as far as it can go. Like it just slowly sort of meanders away from the hatchery. Also notice that the little doodad here, or graphic or whatever, interferes with the creep as well. So like in the doodad the creep doesn't get in there very well. And yes, that is what it's called. It's called a doodad. If you go to the campaign editor and you add random features like this or this, you have to go to the doodad menu. Why, I don't know, but that's what it is. Get some more zerglings here. This increases the speed of the Overlord. This allows the Overlord to carry stuff. We're going to need to do both of those. This increases the Overlord's sight, which is useful, but not as urgent as the other two. That's fine. Not a problem I'm overly concerned with. What we're gonna go ahead and do is put our sunken colonies here. We'll have a couple of them, as many as we can fit right in there. That gives us terrain advantage, so we're definitely going to do it. Get our guys up here. Start getting some of them to do that. build a third sunken colony just to be safe. I don't think we can build there, but we can build here. And lastly, we'll build one more right here. It's also a good idea to put a sunken colony around here somewhere, like another one, but the only place I can really do it is right there. Do that. Do that. Get some overlords prepared. Very good. Yeah, I'm being a little bit defensive, but I like to keep my units from getting too damaged or what have you. It's more useful to let because relatively speaking, the Sunkens are cheap for the amount of health and damage they can do. I think it's just about time we start upgrading our attacks here. We're also going to get some ready to build some mutilisks. But we need to save up to be able to use our overlords for hauling things. Now that our overlords are good here, we can do some little bit of exploring, so I can show you the problems inherent with just trying to straight up just frontal assault against this base. Here's the sort of right there. That's the reason. Oops. That tank is sitting right up there, and it's not easy at all, so they can just start assaulting you pretty hard that way. I'm gonna go make sure I'm building and having everything I need. Good, that's good. We do want to have a good mix of Zerglings and Hydralisks there. Let's see here. We don't want to attract their attention just yet. Right, so we'd have to go all the way around here. We'd have to go all the way around here, and then there's like an up entrance around here somewhere, and there's like tanks all the way around it. They've got lots of tanks on this one. They have this whatever there. If you look over here, you can drop right on this. You can send in some Hydralisks for cover. Mutilisks for cover. Drop on this base, you'll get a new base as well. And it just kind of makes everything go nicer. Probably want about 10 or so mutilisks. I'm not going to worry about upgrading them. It's not that relevant.
Spawn more overlords.
Spawn more overlords. Yeah, that's one thing about the Zerg. It makes doing airdrops pretty easy, because you're always going to have about 1 million overlords for the supply. Whereas with Terrans and Protoss, you have to actually make separate dropships, which can be kind of annoying.
Spawn more overlords.
Spawn more overlords. that was the... We're gonna go ahead and get the side of the Overlord too, because I like that one. They might be able to destroy it. You can see how having that, yeah, they didn't even do that much damage to that one. You can see how having these up here and this little choke point here is really useful. It causes them a lot of problems. But it'll also cause you a lot of problems. So you have to be careful with it. Alright, I think we need 2 more Hydralisks, or, sorry, Mutalisks. And then we can focus on just getting, like, more Zerglings and Hydralisks. If you cancel a unit, which I'm about to do, you get the full minerals back. In this case, in the case of the Zerg, you do lose the larvae, but they're free anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Evolution complete. Evolution complete.
We're gonna get all our guys right here. Get all these guys over here. You can't really frontal assault their base with Hydra or Mutalisks, the flying unit, because they'll just get raped by the turrets, because they have plenty of turrets there. So you do have to be strategic. So we're going to start doing is loading up these Overlords. Hydralisks are pretty big, so they take up 2 spaces. Let's send the full ones here. It does take a little while to properly load stuff into your stuff here. The Zerglings only take up 1 space. Alright, we got this going.
Spawn more Overlords.
Spawn more Overlords, okay. Probably going to use them, so might as well spawn a lot of them. Get on there. Get in there. Good. Overlords do take a little while to spawn here, though. Let's see, are there any extra Overlords that I haven't used yet? Let's send them here with the pile. We'll build a few more units, a few more ground units for our little attack here. I don't think we have to fill up the whole thing, like, I don't think it's going to matter that much. We are, right before we go, we're going to send in some drones as well, because we're going to want to build a base up there just in case. Because there isn't that many minerals left, technically speaking. Get all those guys in. do is get like, I don't know, 4 of these guys in here. We'll just put this guy right here ready to drop them off at a later time. Ready, guys? Yeah, because chances are I'm not going to be able to destroy their entire base. I'll probably send in a bunch of stuff, but... Alright, I think we're good here. This should be enough. We'll send these guys here. Send these guys up here. Now, the Mutalisks are faster than the Overlords. So if you want to time this as well as you can, what you need to do is get the Overlords a little bit behind here. Something that like drop right there or something. And then just sort of move your Mutalisks forward. So they're ahead. Wait for it, and then attack. So we're going to attack this first. I don't mind too much about losing my Mutalisks. Guys back, so they're out of the way. Oops. We're gonna try to gut this base as much as we can. Tanks. And we do want to go ahead and get these guys up here. We did lose some Mutalisks, so we're going to build, I don't know, 6 more. Just to be safe. We're going to get this going. Leave a couple of these guys here, but we're going to move most of them back. So yeah, those tanks are pretty vicious against the Zerg land units. Especially if there's like a big choke point and they have Marines protecting them. Which we found out during the Terran campaign, actually. Works quite well. Running back here.
The hive cluster is under attack.
I don't know why I didn't see you. It's going to be a bit harder to reinforce with the ground units, so we're going to send these guys up. Yeah, see how you're almost like out of minerals here. We've got way too many
forces are under
here.
attack.
Oh god. destroy this, maybe they won't build as many tanks. But you do have to be careful. Now what was I doing? I'm just gonna dump these guys up here. Should go back here and heal.
Our forces are under attack.
No, 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 no. Yeah, you just gotta slowly whittle them down sometimes, especially with all those tanks there. Alright, come back here. We've got plenty of guys now. Get out of here. Don't mind that. We're gonna build a sunken colony. Just to make sure we get... Although we don't even need investment guys. I don't bother with that. We are gonna build up some more ground units here, because we're just about ready to cripple their defense of whatever units. Well, 12 of these we should be able to take out as soon as if there's not too much else over here, we should be able to destroy those. That there now, I guess. Well, I'm pretty confident we'll be able to keep hold of this. We're gonna go ahead and send these guys in. And we're gonna send these
forces are under attack.
Marines' range is longer. Like they were having too many SCVs actually do anything. Yep, this mission just about over. Was a little bit more difficult thanks to the tanks. We'll get in some Zerglings and stuff to help finish them off. That is one of the things I like about Zerg, is how quick it is to basically summon up new units. Get it. build any more units now. We've got plenty. We lost one of those, so that's not too bad. Now, if I had just gone in with Mutalisk, they would have had plenty of Marines, and I would have gotten pretty, you know, they would have gotten wiped out pretty quickly. So with that dual strategy, that, you know, having both the ground units or the Marines.
Sorry, bastards. Fall back. Fall back.
Hold, Cerebrate. Do not pursue them.
Cerebrate, you must stay and relocate the chrysalis to a more secure location. Dagoth shall deal with the remaining Terran forces.
Yep, so that's the end of that. Let's see what our victory screen is, if it's interesting at all. Nah, just the same one. Alright, I want to thank you all for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Later, folks. Later.